There is perhaps no character in literature as captivating as the trickster, found in various forms across the folklore of diverse cultures. The trickster differs from the fool, who is both harmless and naive, often leading to self-inflicted harm. The fool joyfully wanders, dreaming of adventures, unaware that one more step could send him over a cliff. In contrast, the trickster is clever and deceitful, representing the timeless essence of picaresque creations in world literature, defying singular categorization. Trickster tales date back to ancient times and are considered foundational to civilization and culture, representing one of humanity's oldest expressions. Tricksters defy rules, thrive on mischief, excel in deceit, and challenge boundaries. Trickster's essence lies within the concept of boundaries, sometimes establishing, sometimes transgressing, and at times erasing or shifting them. Trickster embodies the god of thresholds in all its manifestations. Tricksters are perpetual wanderers, masters of the in-between, consistently eluding our attempts to trace their origins and confine them within our definitions. Perhaps the first lesson to learn from the trickster is that, regardless of our efforts, he always remains a step ahead. Unsuspecting individuals who fall victim to con artists and snake oil salesmen are unaware of the trickster's presence. They become victims of their own naivety, greed, or self-deception. To protect ourselves from being tricked, we must adopt a degree of cunning. There are also those who genuinely believe they are helping others, but unknowingly deceive them. In such cases, both the perpetrator and the victim are oblivious to the trickster's influence. The trickster only becomes disruptive when operating unconsciously as an autonomous force in our lives. Additionally, the trickster can manifest as someone who speaks the truth but is likely not believed, akin to the medieval jester who dared to speak truthfully without fear of repercussions. In royal courts, the jester, distinguished by a cap and bells and a fool's scepter mirroring the king's regalia, played a significant role. The trickster emerges within us when we first become aware of our ego during childhood. It represents the most primal stage in the hero's journey, an essential step towards maturity and wholeness. The trickster cycle corresponds to the earliest and least developed period of life. Initially embodying the characteristics of an animal, the trickster engages in mischievous exploits. However, as the journey progresses, a transformation occurs, and the trickster gradually assumes the physical appearance of an adult. The trickster rebels against restrictions and authority. Similar to the ID, the instinctual component present at birth, representing instant gratification, bodily needs, emotional impulses, and drives, the trickster constantly clashes with the superego, the internalized cultural rules guiding socially acceptable behavior. Tricksters typically possess a powerful libido and frequently incorporate scatological themes. Trickster manifests when seriousness overtakes us, turning rigidity and solemnity into amusing situations. It brings laughter and unexpected revelations, mirroring the philosophical views of Nietzsche, who championed laughter, even in serious contexts. This bridges the sacred and profane, the realm of the trickster. Laughter is not just an emotion, it's a lifestyle, a philosophy. It shakes the veneer we wear, revealing deeper truths. Trickster nudges us, prompting us to see life as a grand play where improvisation is allowed. It supports existentialist ideas of self-discovery, underlining the fact that self-deception is futile. It critiques our social masks, pushing us towards our true selves. Trickster challenges power, questioning societal norms. Comedians, as trickster's messengers, spotlight societal follies. If silenced, the trickster's energy manifests as neurosis. The trickster represents change, making fear of transformation a stepping stone for growth. It's a catalyst, both disconcerting and indispensable, embodying the vitality of culture through disruption. Life, in its entirety, contains both order and chaos, embodied by the trickster figure, representative of the Dionysian god of wine and music. This deity connects us to primal forces beyond societal limits and challenges established norms. As Friedrich Nietzsche, a self-proclaimed disciple of Dionysus, penned, "To create something as beautiful as a dancing star, one must contain chaos within themselves." The absence of chaos leaves society bereft of its culture, descending into stagnation and bureaucratic flaws. The trickster, thus, becomes a harbinger of both destruction and creation. It subverts outdated values, generating new ones. It renews the world using its intrinsic magic, creating culture despite its chaotic tendencies. It is often believed to have stolen vital commodities from the heavens for humanity, tailoring the world to be human-friendly. The trickster also reveals our potential for destruction. It presents the dichotomy of creation and destruction, fooling and being fooled. Those who outwardly portray exaggerated purity, suppressing their true feelings, can unpredictably become self-destructive or sinful. We intuitively detect an imbalanced aura from such individuals, suspecting a facade. The trickster prompts these individuals to act in defiance of societal norms, tricking them into exposing their real selves. Striving for balance between these extremes is more beneficial than living at either end of the spectrum. The psyche naturally aims to establish equilibrium through compensation. The trickster is often negatively perceived due to its disruptive nature. But this is a skewed viewpoint, as the trickster is neither evil nor virtuous. It is responsible for both. It embodies the light and the dark, and fundamentally playfulness. It follows its desires without adherence to moral or social norms. Yet paradoxically, it is through its actions that these values emerge. Its amoral nature distinguishes the trickster from the devil, which is the embodiment of evil. The trickster illustrates the paradox of the human condition. It is liminal, neither one thing nor another, but includes both, confusing our understanding of contradiction and underlying unity within apparent duality. Tricksters often take animal forms such as foxes, ravens, monkeys, coyotes, hares, or spiders. They are formless, continuously shifting, mimicking other animals, yet identifiable through their changeable and fiery behavior. Regardless of their form, tricksters belong to the same primordial order as gods and heroes in mythology. Greek mythology's Prometheus, a trickster who stole fire from the gods for humans, is punished and replaced by his after-thinking brother Epimetheus. They embody a dual nature of cunning and stupidity within a single entity. Other tricksters such as Brer Rabbit, Anansi, Iktomi, Coyote, Reynard the Fox, Loki, and Hermes each have unique stories and roles in their respective cultures, exemplifying trickery, wisdom, chaos, and creation. These mythical tricksters serve as psychological explorations, teaching us about our own nature. They remind us that subduing the trickster might lead to destruction. However, they also highlight that embracing the trickster within us can result in growth, creativity, and a deeper understanding of the paradoxes of human nature. Hermes signifies a distinct mode of existence, neither Apollonian rational nor Dionysian irrational. A god of jest and journey, Hermes is a sly guide of souls. Amid enemy threats, he camouflaged as a humble shepherd, disseminating safety across the city while carrying a ram. His act parallels Jesus as the Good Shepherd. The trickster deity also carries a protective aura. Tribes personify this trickster spirit by wearing masks, surrendering individuality. Rituals are integral to the trickster's manifestation. Without them, the trickster's presence is missed. Tribal behavior then turns comedic, eccentric, and sometimes offensive. But these characteristics are tied to fertility, joy, and well-being, aligning the trickster's ambiguous nature with both the sacred and profane. The trickster archetype, a concept by Carl Jung, resonates deeply within humans. It represents an eternal mindset and performs a crucial cultural role. Understanding the trickster facilitates self-understanding, particularly of unconscious responses to its disturbing and transformative behavior. Archetypes are primordial blueprints of our ancestral experiences, underpinning civilization and culture, and existing within us as autonomous entities with numinous qualities. They influence our actions, dwell in the depths of our unconscious, and can take control when sufficiently charged. The trickster archetype not only extends to spiritual development, but challenges other archetypes. Even during the Middle Ages, trickster behavior pervaded religious services in form of bizarre customs, indicating its deep roots in human consciousness. The trickster, thus, reflects an early state of consciousness, not merely a historical relic. Its continued influence demonstrates its foundational role in human psyche, pointing to a primitive stage of consciousness preceding even the birth of the myth. Achieving a higher consciousness facilitates detachment from former states, providing insight. Jung's trickster, a prefiguration of the savior, embodies divine and animalistic traits. Superior and inferior to humans, the trickster has extraordinary abilities, yet lacks self-awareness. This myth serves therapeutically, recalling previous lower intellectual and moral states. The modern man largely disregards the trickster, attributing trickery externally, oblivious to the perilous aspects of his shadow. Jung posits the trickster as a collective shadow, encapsulating individuals' inferior characteristics. Repressed mythologisms project onto societies, manifesting in deceptive leaders. Danger lies not only externally but also in our unexplored, repressed selves. The trickster illuminates these hidden aspects, humbles inflated egos, and aids self-realization, balance, and divine connection. In alchemy, Mercurius and the philosopher's stone represent the trickster, symbolizing psychic wholeness. The trickster, now prevalent in modern society, awakens us to our concealed emotions and behaviors, expands human potential, and facilitates consciousness development, ultimately bringing enlightenment and healing.